From Chicago to Boston, Midwest to the East Coast, and this island in the Caribbean known as Puerto Rico is why the bars are lethal. Got me going beast mode in this game called life. You better know some cheat codes. Il Divino's back, someone let the streets know. 6 shots for the folks and 5 shots for my peoples. I think it's high time we all have a sit down. Can we all agree the game is gone to shit now? Like the fall of Rome, the death of Romulus, history repeating itself if you know it's obvious. If you had your head inside of a book instead of binoculars, you'd be able to see without a pair of binoculars. Our tax dollars being spent towards the damn omnibus, but the rich stay rich, commoners remain commoners. The tentacles and everything like a damn octopus. Mass media, mass hysteria, how they control the populace. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Living in this shy, can't let them catch me snoozing. Who's be shooting just for the amusement? I refuse to be a victim, never be a loser. When your city is a war zone, who gives a fuck about Putin? And there ain't nothing safe about the safety act. There's more safety in being strapped. They should choose you, shoot back. Those odds are better than getting caught laying on your back. Don't believe me, check the stats, I'm just bringing you the facts. With my hand on the Bible, I swear to rap the truth. My mighty God, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. My people perish for lack of knowledge. My knowledge I share with you. There's nothing we can't accomplish. One head ain't better than two. That's the purpose of a democratic republic. Discussion on every subject, in truth, logic, and reason, till we reach an agreement. A nation under God is how the states united. Got out of the picture, look how gradually we divided. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk.
Arrogance is the primary ingredient that will make you assume you can take action without God. Arrogance. That's actually what it is. You think you got this and you know more than God. That's why your drift turns into a swerve.
Thank God for this day. Hey, you're not promised tomorrow. Realize your life is borrowed, so say what you gotta say. Hey, get it all off your chest. Nothing more, nothing less. Isn't that what Twitter's for? Clout. And all these other platforms. Followers who has more. You have found your reward. Matter of fact, engage some more, and for sure you'll find yourself in these social media wars. Oh Lord, let's talk about it. You be about it, I be about it. So relying on social media, how would you be without it? Non-existent, your entire system would just be a flop. If you don't listen and got no vision, how could you reach the top? Twitter fingers like a ninja, stay masked, move fast, you would know who hit ya. Cut you and split ya, causing division, moving on in you like a temporal pincer. Trying to paint the perfect picture, right lyrics like the holy scriptures. Deep and profound, you're feeling me now. After hearing the sound, you're hearing me now. Coming for the facts, now lose track, got me think that this couldn't be more crazy. If I take it back to the very act, you were talking smack when you actually thought you played me. Tell me who's true, there's only a few. Keep me in tune while seeking the truth. Salute to the crew, I'm paying my dues. Be sure to give credit where credit is due. Thank God for this day. Hey, you're not promised tomorrow. Realize your life is borrowed, so say what you gotta say. Hey, get it all off your chest. Nothing more, nothing less. Isn't that what Twitter's for? Clout. And all these other platforms. Followers who has more. You have found your reward. Matter of fact, engage some more, and for sure you'll find yourself in these social media wars. Oh Lord.
Media is just like syphilis, wholesome wickedness, tearing folks down who bore witness to the passions of the movies that they love, to the director who rose up above, the hatred, the jealousy of those who was friendly, who turned into some of the worst of our enemies. A disgrace when your smiles in our face, doing that for only the clout that you chase. It's too late. Fruit of your labor was laced with a poison that most of you clowns couldn't taste. We know who you are, so fake the funk if you want. Make all your videos, cause we know you're a chump. You try to divide, but we was wise to your lies. We testify that you were snakes in disguise. And don't depend on those little simps on your side. They only live off the drama you provide.
Thank God for this day. Hey, you're not promised tomorrow. Realize your life is borrowed, so say what you gotta say. Hey, get it all off your chest. Nothing more, nothing less. Isn't that what Twitter's for? Clout. And all these other platforms. Followers who has more. You have found your reward. Matter of fact, engage some more, and for sure you'll find yourself in these social media wars. Who would've thought there'd ever be a Muslim-Christian connection? Welcome to America, the saint, the kingdom of heaven. Two brethren with reverence to the Most High, keeping them strengthened. Counting up blessings in a time where there's division and tension. From the streets to these tweets, the people keep on wildin'. Violence keeps on rising in every single environment. So I pray for God's love to pour out and assalamu alaikum. But take my kindness for weakness, then you're sadly mistaken. I'm just like David, fighting off wars, bears.
We going up, shit going down. We lighting them up, you best hit the ground. Shooting them up, one after round. When there's blood in the air, you better not dare to come around town. Father, please forgive me, have mercy on my soul. Fools keep trying to test me and I will never fold. It's the way that Wendy raised me, the city of the gold. Load them up and let them go, load them up and let them go, load them up and let them fly.
Yeah, you already know what it is. It's your boy Il Divino Vega here at the Chop Shop in the Hit Shop. If you haven't noticed by now, we're clearly trying different angles. You know what I'm saying? Different positions in this building. Trying to just see, I guess, what's the better look.
Aesthetics.
Yeah, what's the aesthetics we want to go with here? So I don't know. I guess in the comment section, if you have an input to say, out of all the backdrops or backgrounds you've seen in any of these videos lately, I guess just let us know in the comment section, you know, which one you're fucking with more, or which one you vibe with more, which one makes you feel good whenever you're watching us. Anyways, let me put a pause on that song. As dope as I like hearing it in the background. Bro, how you been, man?
I've been good, man.
Yeah, busy. I see that.
Yeah, just here working, man.
I see you've been putting out those behind the scene videos.
Yeah, man. The behind the mixes. Yeah, man.
Uh-huh.
Trying to stay busy with that, kind of show a little bit of what goes on behind, you know,
Hell yeah,
the music
yeah.
and how it gets done. You know,
Yeah.
a little snippet of it.
See that you're upgrading it. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this clearly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's evolving.
It's evolving. Yeah, that's the word.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that. You were showing me earlier. I really like. So you haven't dropped any of those yet, right? The new one. Like
Tomorrow I dropped the first of
Okay.
the new one. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I really thought that was a cool concept what you're doing now with those. I mean, initially even just the original concept of it all, I thought was pretty dope. But this new, I guess like you said, evolve what it's evolving into. For me personally, I'm like, I like what you're doing with this new version of this.
Thank you.
So definitely excited to see that and to see how people react to it. I think it offers a lot. I'd say that for what we do here in the Hit Shop, what you're doing with the artists that you're working with, the artists themselves, you know, it's a good, how do you say, like a good promo in just a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it and appreciate about it. So really cool concept you got going on there.
Thank you.
You said, I asked you earlier, what are you watching new right now? You said Sinners on Netflix.
Yeah, Sinners on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about that show is drawing you towards it? What is it you're looking for in entertainment these days? And this question is going somewhere else, obviously, but I'll start there.
Yeah. Well, I like the backstory, you know, on the things that I watch. You know, I give it a little bit, and if it doesn't grab me, I don't even, you know, like. So like the whole Sinner shows about this detective who has some childhood trauma that he's still dealing with, and he's in his fucking like late 60s, you know.
Yeah.
But somehow he gets these cases where he's solving cases for individuals that had childhood trauma, and he's like kind of finding himself within these characters and kind of trying to help himself. And really understand and dig deep to these cases where people are overlooking certain things, and he's like, no, there's more to this than than you may think. And he's kind of tapping into how to overcome and kind of like deal with his past, and he which each episode or each season he's got a new case, and it's he's
also each season is the case. So this isn't like your average each episode's a different case. This is no, you're in there for the long ride in a sense, like you're going with the ups and downs of everything of just this one case. Okay, that's actually good.
Yeah, it's pretty
that's
dope.
good. So it's you going more in depth into these because well, I guess the cases, but in the sense of like the people involved, himself. So is the title Sinner, is that where it's coming from? Why Sinner? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just to be clear, this is obviously opposite from the movie Sinners, just to clarify that. This is no correlation to the movie. This is its own show.
I think it has like religious ties to it, because each season is kind of like, this lady is a Christian lady, and she gets like, abducted. I don't want to give it away, but she gets abducted, and in her subconscious mind, like certain things trigger her, but she doesn't know. So she got abducted, and something happened, and then what they did was they drugged her up to make her forget of the situation that she went through, and they made her whoever did it made her look like she was a junkie, so she got hooked on heroin,
right?
And then they just kept like and like just drugging her up, and they had her in a room for months doing this to her, and the person would ask her, do you remember anything? Do you remember anything? And she just didn't remember anything. And then she was out with her family. After that, she recovered. She got her life together. She got married. She had a kid. And one day she's at the beach, and there's somebody in front of her, right?
Yeah.
And they're having a good time. And she starts freaking out. And she just grabs a knife and like kills Buddy, just stabs him to death.
No.
Yeah. And then it looked like it was a
one of the purpose.
It was like a random act.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
But when you're watching it, it seems like, man, why is she doing that? She going crazy. It's random, but no. It
turns out there's that whole
that person was tied to the whole situation that she forgot about. So then the detective starts digging and starts like trying to jog her memory, like takes her places and tries to make her remember. And at first she wasn't really receiving him because she thought that he was just trying to get her locked up.
Yeah.
She was pleading guilty. She had a bad childhood to begin with. She had a sick sister that she had to watch, and her mom would blame everything on her. So she had a really bad childhood.
This thing's like,
and they were Christian, and it was kind of like crazy. And so the whole first season was on that case and how, it's just unraveling things in her mind that she didn't remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's really good, man.
That sounds like that sounds like it's worth the watch.
Who's that actor from Seventh Heaven? The girl, the main actor.
Oh, not Jessica Biel, is it?
I think it's her.
Right?
Yeah, she's the first season. She's the main.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap. Okay, and this is on Netflix.
Yeah. It's let me see.
Called Sinner, huh?
Let me see.
Netflix be dropping stuff, bro. Like, like how do you say, very subtle. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe I'm just the ignorant one. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like there'd be some things on Netflix that I'm like, man, I didn't even know they dropped this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know this was a Netflix show or movie. And they be dropping gems like hiddenly sometimes.
Let's see the cast here.
But Jessica Biel, I haven't seen her in anything recently.
Pullman is the main guy. That's the main detective, Bill Pullman.
Oh, okay. I know that guy.
Let me see where she's at.
It turns out we're like thinking, right there, Jessica Biel. You're right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So Sinner, I'm gonna have to check that one out on Netflix, huh?
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching them. I'm like, damn. And there was another one
Yeah.
that I was watching. I forgot the name of it.
Do you find yourself leaning more towards like movies or like series?
Right now, series.
Series.
Yeah, I feel like with series you get more, more out of it. Movies, I feel like, depending on the movie, it's so like, I feel like it's rushed.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it, they have to tie things quickly. And,
Yeah.
A real good movie knows how to do that, but most of the times
Right.
when you watch a movie,
yeah,
it's like,
it's the pacing is so fast. You're getting so much information all at once, and some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. And
yeah, I feel like with a show, it's kind of like a movie, but
just
it's longer, and you're getting a story and a full body of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. It's the only thing that sucks there is like sometimes those series don't get the same budget,
Yeah.
and it's like, but then again, there are some series out there that you're looking at the quality of the videography, the cinematography, and the VFX and things of that nature, and it's like, this looks like it's a damn movie.
Yeah, this one definitely is one of those.
Okay,
like, the way it's filmed is great.
Okay,
yeah,
nice, dude, nice. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking this though is because I guess. What's the last movie you've seen in theater? Maybe let me ask that next, just to get a.
The last movie I saw.
Yeah.
Things with the kiddos. The
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
I heard that one was actually pretty good.
It was decent. To me, it's like those movies are just repetitive. Like,
you
already know what's gonna happen.
You already know. Yeah, it's more kinda, nostalgia.
And then they make it longer with some new crap.
Right.
But it was good for the kids.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was actually pretty good. Actually, very, I guess you could say, similar to the original cartoon version or the animated version.
Well, my daughter was like, "Man, I like the cartoon better."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Like, did she say why? Or?
No, she just said she liked the cartoon better. I don't know.
Just cause?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, she can't explain it, but that's what makes sense to her. The cartoon's better.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I still gotta go watch it or still see it. I'm not go watch it because I'm sure it's out of the theaters now. But the reason I was asking, why I'm asking all this though, is because for those who so technically I was supposed to get on my boys' podcast, and we were gonna talk box office numbers, especially revolving Superman. But kind of preparing for that conversation, I kind of went down this rabbit hole of because I'm definitely the type that once I'm intrigued in something or I'm trying to learn something or just get information, more questions pop into my head, and then I end up going down this rabbit hole of hold on, well, what's really the angle here? What's really being said? Whatever, things of that nature. And so there is a clear, I guess you could say, difference in, I guess, the amount of movies now that do really, really well in their numbers in the box office compared to what it was before. And I guess you can say that it's that's a pre-COVID versus post-COVID, right? And then I just wonder, obviously, if that's still a thing, if, and not that obviously I don't think people are afraid of COVID anymore, or think that that's a reason not to go to the theaters, but I wonder if the fact that we I guess assimilated ourselves to staying home and just streaming versus the theater experience, if that just in most people's minds kind of just stuck. And why is it that, I don't know, are we really not going to the theaters anymore? So I wonder, is that the aspect here? Or is that just looking too deep into it? And is it that maybe just individually, is there more to it? Maybe there's more to life. We realize there's more to life now, that now even time invested you'd rather invest it into something else rather than just
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I for me personally, I love going to the theaters. That's like my thing. I love it,
Yeah.
you know. But honestly, like I've been to the theaters
Yeah.
a few times, and I don't remember the movies, but it's like this. I'm disappointed. You know, like I leave out of there like I could have waited for this to drop on on
Yeah.
streaming and watch it there. Like I
Right.
spent all this money
Right.
coming to the movie theater,
Right.
getting popcorn
And
and
that's the thing.
food, you know,
Yeah.
and the movie is like this is trash, man.
Right.
I feel like movies, I don't know, like they've just
Yeah.
become like just
Yeah, I know. I yeah.
like fast food. Like it's just
Yeah,
like, you
they're
know,
just trying to give you the most basic format of a film
yeah, like this
and hope that you're content with it.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, be happy with this. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? We just be happy we put this together for you.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with that. I agree with that notion.
There hasn't been a movie that I've watched in years that I've been like, damn,
Yeah.
I want to watch that again.
Right.
Like, you know, like
Right. Well, I would say like the closest movie to that for me was probably like, and this was more just based off of like not necessarily not on the same level of other films that were like I was just really intrigued that like get that feeling of like, ooh, I gotta see this again. But the last movie that I legitimately enjoyed fully, that I was like, ooh, yeah, I'll see this again, was probably like Accountant 2.
Accountant 2.
You know,
I watched that.
You know, but
I just feel like it's changing as well. Like,
mhm.
you know, like the movie scene is like the Marvel and all that. You know, like those movies like took over, and it's like
it seems like that's like
that's what
people. That's all you want to like. That's all people want to see. Apparently,
yeah,
like something like that.
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So that is interesting though, because I would say as of right now, it almost would seem that that's not the case. Simply just looking at where most of the Marvel movies are right now. But again, this is where I'm like, I wonder, does this tie into the whole apparatus just overall change post-COVID? Or is there another factor to it? Or is it the fact that you're mentioning? Like people just, I think, can tell, well, one, between obviously tickets now being more expensive than they ever were before, one, and then two, not only are they more expensive, but just movies are just not as good anymore.
No,
you know?
Not. Do you think, because I've seen movies like on Netflix, or I've seen movies on other platforms that are like, why isn't this in the theater?
That's
and I'm like,
that's a fact.
I'm like, is it because they'll make more money off streaming than the box office, or maybe the movie wasn't promoted as much? Because on Netflix, you know, you get, it's like free promo, you know. Like,
that's a good question. You know what's a good question? Let's see. What's the highest? Because I wonder if it's just people just know.
People are sitting at home.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier to sit down and watch a movie at home.
Is the highest? What is the highest?
Like our favorite movie, you know, Army of the Dead. Did that come out in the theater?
Movie? No.
You see?
In theater for Netflix.
I would have watched that movie in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Imagine that movie in the movie theater.
100%. But see, now I just wonder if, okay, so Netflix is not known for their wide theatrical releases, but the highest grossing movie that Netflix released in theaters is Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, which earned several $1 million during its limited theatrical run in November of 2022. It was released for 1 week in select. See, that's the other thing. Like, okay, but it was released for 1 week in select theaters before premiering on Netflix. The estimates put its box office gross at approximately 15 to 17 million in the U.S. domestic market, making it Netflix's most successful theatrical release to date. Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Okay, Netflix generally focuses on streaming rather than traditional cinema distribution, so its biggest hits, such as Red Notice or K-pop Demon Hunters, have not had major box office runs and make their impact primarily through streaming viewership rather than ticket sales. Okay,
is Netflix something that's just in the U.S. or is it worldwide?
No, that's worldwide for sure.
See, so that's, you get bigger audience.
Yeah, you already got a bigger audience there, and
Yeah.
it's cheaper to just put it on streaming, obviously, than having to get it released theatrically. Obviously, I would assume at least that's what it is. That, and you also, to my understanding, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, but to my understanding, also the market is monopolized in the sense of like only certain studios actually have distribution capacity of theater releases. So that's why, like, even right now, F1, the movie F1, it's technically an Apple movie, but because they wanted a theatrical release, they had to go through Warner Brothers to get it released theatrically, which is a movie that's actually doing pretty well, I guess you could say, pretty well to the standard of what okay is right now.
Yeah,
it's, if we're gonna, like, according to all-time sales, like, none of these movies right now are doing anything. No, I don't say none. That's, I guess, what I want to touch on, because it appears that there's a select. So I guess what I guess the question is it fair to say that there's a change up when there are still movies breaking through? Lilo and Stitch recently broke through, right? Like, it hit the $1 billion mark, right? It's like at 1,028,378,000 and so forth, whatever.
but think about the amount of promotion they were doing before the movie.
Oh,
was
100%.
The movie was even released. I was seeing Stitch in at Walgreens, at Walmart,
that motherfucker was
at
everywhere.
Marshalls. I couldn't go. Stitch was everywhere.
Yeah.
So like,
that's true.
That's a good marketing scheme. Like,
you have
put
to
in this
market.
guy, you put in this character all over the place before the even movie was announced.
Yeah.
So people are seeing this, and then now the trailer comes out, and now they promote it some more. It's a heavy promotion on that.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of these movies don't do that,
No, they don't. And again, it's is that the market? Is it like, are they charging more to market films to promote them? And I don't know, like, what's the difference from then to now? I guess is a question to be, I don't know, like, you'd have to know the inside. That's like insider trading type stuff, I guess. I would assume. What's crazy to me right now is that the highest box office movie of this year is not even an American movie.
No,
it's a Chinese movie, to my understanding, called Nisha. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably butchering the crap out of that. Yeah. But it's called Nisha Part 2, apparently. Apparently Part 1 came out a year or two ago, and it did decent then. Beyond it didn't make the money it made this time. But what's interesting to me about this movie, and so, like, which is something to be said, right? Because the movie domestically, so and now granted, I'm gonna assume it means domestic on my end. It's talking about here, right? So it didn't make much money here, right? I'm gonna assume that's what it's trying to say, because I just do not see it being that in China it only made the number it made, and then somehow internationally just blew everything out of the water, right? So, and again, I wonder how this really works. I really don't even like. Now, it's an animated movie. It's a cartoon movie. So that's the other part that's interesting. They cracked the code, but apparently.
There's a big, like, fan base for that type of.
Maybe, yeah. When you look at it, matter of fact, look it up. Nisha. It's NE space ZHA 2, or maybe I should play it off of here and we could have watched the trailer together. But it's interesting. It is kind of interesting. I ain't gonna lie. It did pique my interest. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. Like, at least the trailer, I was like, "Ooh, okay, that looks actually pretty good." Okay, well, I thought I was logged in. No mind that though. We'll still move forward. There we go. Nisha 2. Oh, trailer. Oh, and it's in English apparently.
Oh, it looks dope. And I've been seeing a lot of that.
And it looks like, so it's an A24 film, and I've seen that before for other films. But anyways, hold on. That way people aren't like, what are you guys watching? Let me have them watch what we're watching. Yep, got that. Go.
Open.
Okay. What was that? Oh, is it this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, there you go.
Let's put allow.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, where were we? Alrighty. Here we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay. Boom. That's pretty good.
Demon, you are my son.
You know, I was a guy. I ain't gonna lie, I thought that was a little girl.
to size.
He's not exactly your average kid.
It looks like this made I think Ice Age, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mom,
So
must
this
be
movie right
brave.
here
walk your
is the highest box office movie right now of this year. Not of all time, but of this year. And not that far from reaching 2 billion, apparently.
I will change my destiny.
Okay. So
Wait, before you leave, will you give your mama one last big hug? Come on, don't watch it.
So that movie, right, is the highest grossing movie right now in the box, according to Box Office Mojo. You know, so like I don't know if I don't know if they have if that could be trusted or not. But that's the movie right now. That's the highest grossing movie or in the box office as of right now, beating Lilo and Stitch by at least 700 million.
Cartoons. That's crazy.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Two, you know what I'm saying? Both the two highest ranking movies and actually the top 3 right now are in that same realm somewhat, right? Because Lilo and Stitch was it's based off of a cartoon, you know what I'm saying? But obviously it was a live action, but based off a cartoon. And Minecraft movie in 3rd place.
Yeah.
A little under a billion, but
It's crazy how they're all like
all kids movies,
kid
friendly movies. I guess you could say
they're easy to sell to the kids.
What's crazy about that Nisha though? Only 20 million domestically. I have to assume that means in the States, maybe, unless it's China.
Yeah.
Unless it means China only decided to put 20 million into people in China, and then somehow internationally is where it gets, or foreign money, 1,879,000 million.
So you think the creators of this movie are Chinese?
To my knowledge,
or is it just like someone making a Chinese movie?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I have to look more into this movie, dude. That's how like I don't even know. I didn't even know this movie was a thing.
Yeah.
This is part 2.
Yeah,
Apparently, there's a part 1 I never heard of, or probably I did. I just forgot about it because it's not really in my wheelhouse of like.
Yeah.
But not to say that after watching that trailer, I'm like, oh, okay, that's actually looks kind of interesting. You know, all that to say though, when you got movies like this that are blowing things out of the water, what does that say like about just the market? Salute.
Thank you.
What does that say about the market necessarily, in the sense like, can we actually say that, I guess, films aren't doing, like, it doesn't, like, oh, it doesn't matter, like movies all in all aren't doing too well? Or is this just it was the case study here more so, no, I think people are willing to invest in movies if it's actually good. And if your movies aren't getting high numbers like that, then maybe the reality is the movies aren't good anymore.
Mhm.
You know, like, what if that's the hard truth nobody's accepting here? Like, what if the hard truth is that no, every movie that you've become complacent with as of lately actually just isn't a good movie,
Mhm.
and you're just complacent enough to think that it's good, but it's really not, and the numbers are showing that right now.
Mhm.
You know, for all these movies that are not doing the same numbers as they used to.
Mhm.
You know, what if that's the truth here?
Yeah.
You know, and we're just not, I don't know, nobody's just saying it, you know,
Yeah.
not saying the quiet part out loud, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
like, hey, how about all these movies just aren't as good as they used to be?
Mhm.
You know, maybe they got, like you said, lazy. What if that's the problem? What you said, like, what if they're just all lazy now, where everything just seems the same, saturated, and
Mhm.
the idea is like, well, you know, whether it's a superhero movie, well, it's superhero, so they should go watch it anyways, whatever. So, you know, we don't got to focus too much on the story or the plot or the, you know, the character building and things of that nature. And then not just that one. What if it's like this? What if that's the same issue with, you know, all the other franchises? You know, it's like, I don't know. You know, I wonder. I guess it's just my whole point is I wonder. You know, when you're looking at, for instance, even and it seems like even the narratives chosen, like to I guess not to steer away from focusing on the fact that movies aren't doing as good as they used to. Even now, then they'll focus on other narratives where it's like it's not about what they're making in the box office anymore necessarily. It's more about, did they profit anything from what was invested in the film to what they're coming out of, and that's all that matters. Or it's beating some kind of record, in some way, shape, or form. But again, when you're looking at the holistic picture, again, none of these movies, the exceptions right now, are probably the top three, maybe the top five, I'd say. Right, the top five movies this year: Ninja 2, Lilo and Stitch, and those are the only ones that crossed the million. Then you have Jurassic World Rebirth at 802
How?
million.
There was no promo for that movie.
I know, but that
I saw a
speaks.
promotion like a week before it came
Yeah,
out.
they didn't go hard on promo, but yet this is the movie that, you know what I'm saying, but it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
So maybe that's, you know, maybe that's the code there for that franchise. It's like, well, it's dinosaurs, you know, like kids will forever want to see dinosaurs, or you know what I'm saying. And if you're a fan of the franchise, you're always gonna go watch it regardless. And I will say, I actually did go see that movie in theater, and that one I felt was worth my money.
Yeah.
That one I did feel was worth my money. And then again, on some critical shit, yeah, there's some things there I could critique about it, but like nothing major that made me feel like, oh, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
And then in fourth, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version they just released. And then in fifth, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. You know, and that one I feel should be more money than what it is right now, than what it's showing. And I don't know if it's still in theaters, but interestingly enough, so this is where I say this is weird. We are in a weird time, because a movie like that, I feel domestically should have done a lot better. Apparently, domestically, it only made 197 million. Domestically is where it made most of its money, at 398 million. Now, interestingly enough, most of these films do better internationally than domestically. That's something else I found. Most movies are either pretty even in what they make domestically and internationally, but for the most part, a lot of the bread is made internationally. So I thought that was crazy. And there's like a select few of films that domestically did better than international, Superman being among them. Interestingly enough, The Dark Knight was one of those movies that it made more domestically than it did internationally. So I don't know. A lot of interesting factors here, but nonetheless, all that to say that it's interestingly enough what movies did make it into the art. And this year, when you look at like the numbers world or like all like throughout all the years, yeah, like the Ninja 2 is like one of the rarities of this year's movies, kind of breaking into those old numbers. And then Lilo and Stitch kind of just or like I said, those top 5 kind of holding the status.
Yeah, I kind of feel like
You know?
streaming has a big part.
But you
of
think
that.
that's a big factor?
Yeah, remember those boxes? What are they called? The red boxes.
Oh, the red box.
Yeah, like soon streaming, started happening.
Yeah,
that was dead.
yeah, that was dead.
You know,
Right.
I feel like
Blockbusters
theater still
died.
holds. The theater still holds. That nostalgia of just going to a place to go
Right.
watch a movie in a big
Right.
screen. That's what keeps it alive. But
Yeah, because you can't do that at home.
No,
yeah,
you know what I
there's
mean?
no house big enough.
No, so I feel like that's why they're still alive, theaters. But
Right.
I feel like streaming has taken over. Like people rather be at home, in the comfort of their own home and watch a movie, and then it all plays a factor because, if you go to the theater and you're excited about this movie and you're getting the best parts are in the preview,
Right.
and you go to the movie and it's shit. The preview is better than the movie.
Yeah. Right.
It's like,
Which happens.
why am I going?
Right. Why am I going to waste money on this?
Yeah.
I damn seen the whole movie in the trailer. Yeah, no, it's crazy. These numbers are crazy. The stats are crazy. I'm assuming you're talking about the Ninja, maybe, but yeah, the fact that Ninja Part 2 is the most highest, box office film of this year, that I thought was crazy for sure. Especially over Lilo and Stitch, that surprised me. And then again, just the shocking difference between domestic to foreign, I thought was interesting as well. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that's why I said, like, I think it's a mixture of a lot of these things. It's like between, streaming being like, well, why it makes people think twice about what they're going to spend now in the theater, obviously, and rightfully so, to then again, I think even the quality of film has died a bit, right? Like what people are willing to actually like put into the movie, like how well they're willing to write the story, things of that nature. Very few films are doing that now. And then what's sad is that some of the movies that actually are doing that aren't seeing those numbers, you know what I'm saying? But because they don't get as much promotion, they don't get as much spotlight. Spotlight, exposure. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Exposure.
How was that movie though? I think you guys want to see it, you and your brother.
Which one?
It's about. You ever see the guy that he's like a computer geek?
Yes. You're talking about
because I still want to watch that.
Not Rookie, Novice. No, it's like Novice or Rookie or
where he's trying to find.
Yeah, he's trying to find his wife's killer.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. That movie again. Great story.
Yeah.
Great cinematography. That should have done numbers.
Yeah.
Like that's a movie that was worth its buck for me personally.
You seen the show?
The Amateur.
You seen his show?
Yeah, Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Yes, dude. That guy's a great actor.
Yeah.
The culture of spending it at the theater is lost, and the only way to market so hard that it produces its traction. Yeah. You got to market. And honestly, I think that's what saves Superman. To be honest with you, I think when I say save Superman, I say it in the sense of like seeing some kind of decent numbers. Again, if we're going to be honest, it's not the greatest numbers, but like, is it doing relatively well compared to I guess what's the norm these days? Yeah, sure. Like it is. At least and then to the point where, like, again, they, for whatever reason, the studio went out of their way to already put whatever their milestone was that they were reaching for, and they met it, right? Because they said it was like 500 million. As long as they saw 500 million, to them that movie was successful. Which is, again, a crazy notion to even think that that's where we're living right now, where it's like, oh, you're okay with 500 million. That's kind of insane, but that's where we're at.
And there's the extreme budget that these movies have.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
crazy.
And for some reason, when it came to that movie, so apparently they're not even including the marketing money into, like, to them, apparently, again, whether this is true or not, I don't know. Again, this is like, oh, I have to take your word for it, as much as you've already been caught in so many lies, but I'll take your word for it, Warner Brothers. Apparently, you guys are only considering the money spent into making the film, which was 250 million, and as long as you guys doubled that, now you're in the profit. You guys are apparently supposedly not considering the 150 to 125 or somewhere in between there that you guys dropped on marketing. Supposedly, okay, fine. Let's just say I'm gonna buy into that. Apparently, that's what they're looking at right now, and it's still like interesting though, because that definitely wasn't what it was before. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was this that the $1 billion race, you could say. Like, movies are trying to make $1 billion, you know, like, and if or something close to it for them to feel like, oh yeah, this is what we're looking for. But I mean, and again, not to say that determines really if a movie's good or not. You know, at least I guess would say 90% of the time it's not that, you know what I'm saying? But like 10% of the time it kind of is, you know, like the numbers do show, or maybe it's like, maybe the numbers are a bit different, but some, like the reality is no, I'll say this, my bad. 10% out of 90 numbers, or maybe let's say 20%. 20% out of 80% numbers don't really tell you if the movie was good or not. But 80% out of 20, because that makes sense. Yeah. More often than not, if the movie's making good, like a hell of a lot of numbers, like
because it's great,
and then it's clearly a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Where that, you know, rarely is it the other way around, or maybe just not as much. But again, interesting times. You know, like look at Ballerina. Yeah, you know, again, movies that are really good somehow aren't getting the exposure. They don't get the traction. I don't know if culturally also maybe people are just so.
I feel like the excitement is not there anymore. I remember being excited to go watch a movie.
Right.
Like, just can't wait. You know.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah, it was like, oh, this movie's coming out. Like, it was always the talk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody really has those talks anymore.
It's like when the Fast and the Furious first came out, like it was exciting to go. Like, I want to go see this movie.
Yeah.
You know, like, but. I feel like,
and you know what's funny? You would think it wouldn't change. You would have thought it wouldn't have changed. And maybe this is actually this is probably even like a talk on technology, maybe, right? In the sense of like, what's the difference between, other than money, right? What I would get at is this: like, what's the difference between, you know, back then where it was like we were excited to see a movie in theater, and more excited for that rather than thinking to ourselves like, oh, I'll just wait for it to come out on VHS, or I'll wait for it to come out on DVD, and I'll go rent it out from Blockbuster or whatever, or Redbox, whatever the case may be, and then I'll just watch it at home. Like, that's technically the same thing as streaming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the only difference now to then is one, well, yeah, but I'm only paying a flat fee monthly for a wide variety of content on the streaming platform, one. And then two, is that also just maybe technology? Like, I mean, TV screens nowadays, your sound system, like, you damn near do got a almost close to a theater experience.
Maybe they ran out of things to, you know, like, I could sit down and predict the whole fucking movie. Oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, you know, the predictability, like the you
like,
know,
you kind of know already.
I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's just movies are too predictable now. Like, and that show Sinner. Yeah, I caught myself a couple times like
trying to predict,
and I was like, oh damn, what?
Got you.
Like, you know,
like, oh damn, it wasn't what I thought.
Yeah,
I love that. I love when a show or a movie can do that to me, because you're right. A lot of it does seem predictable.
Yeah, and it's like the same storyline, the same, you know, like, it's feel like it's too much of the same. Like, I feel like they're saying no more ideas for movies.
Let's remake the same plow over and over again.
Let's remake this movie. You know.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Making me feel like a genius when I'm watching a movie.
You're right.
How do you know what's gonna happen? You know,
hey, you know, can I say it's the creator in me?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing beats the idea of making the trip to picking up food and going through those aisles of Blockbuster, though. I mean,
I remember that was.
Look, you're 100% right. You were 100% right about that. Again, nothing that's not to. I'm not trying to even discredit Blockbuster with what I was saying there. What I was saying was more so to.
It's the same feeling as, you know, going to the movie theater.
Yeah.
Like Blockbuster.
Yeah. Like, you know, especially if you know you missed. But see, that was if you knew you missed it in the theater, you were excited to go rent to that Blockbuster.
Yeah.
If I knew it, or if I did see it in theater
It was
and I
so
liked
good.
it so much
Uh-huh.
that I couldn't wait to like go to Blockbuster, rent that shit out, go home, and choose whatever food. Sometimes you're getting the candy from Blockbuster, whatever they have there, you know what I'm saying? Or on your way home, you guys are picking up White Castle or Popeyes, some Pizza Hut, something that's gonna feed the family, you know. Good times, man, good times. And then, look, and again, that's what I'm saying, like. You still kind of get that without the experience of going to the place anymore, right? So like that's essentially what Netflix and all these streaming platforms are offering now. It's like, well, you can still go out, go get your White Castle, your pizza, whatever you're getting, Papa John's, whatever, you know, or if you're getting the in-home, or not the in-home, but like the hometown businesses, like your Mama Luna's, or your, you know what I'm saying, your Father and Sons, whatever the
and a lot of the times there was like you couldn't afford to go to the theater.
Yeah.
So you were still like waiting.
When you were just waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
And again, that's where streaming, Netflix, came in handy. Super clutch. Super clutch with what they offered there. I mean, just super clutch. I don't even know how else to put it. But again, I do just wonder if.
Remember when Netflix was like DVDs you get
online, right? Yeah. You would order them and then they get shipped to you.
Yeah,
that's true. That was what it first was. Which honestly, I remember my guy used to do that. He had his family had the subscription to that, and they'd always like order movies from Netflix. You eat the food before you choose your Netflix movie, though. Right. That's the only downside. I mean, you have to.
And then you always got somebody who wants to fucking pause the fucking movie. And pause it real quick. Go back.
What did he say? Rewind.
Yeah. That's the luxury of it too.
Yeah.
You go back and you miss something.
It comes with that fact that you can just, I mean, well, technically that's DVDs did that, but still, it's this idea where even you can leave off where you left off. You know what I mean? This is what streaming has done. There was like, you couldn't do that with a DVD.
Super convenient.
Matter of fact, I think there was only like maybe a select few of DVDs. Well, VHS did that technically, right? Like if you stopped it, the tape stayed wherever it was, at when you paused or stopped, whatever. But DVDs wasn't like that. The moment
tape was harder because you hit rewind. You're too far.
I know. Oh no, you're too far ahead, bro. You kind of get that still now, but a little bit more controlled.
Yeah.
Remember when you had to like eat, like like if you're trying to do it like manually. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's
tracking.
That's how you know we were old. But just different.
Maybe you.
I guess it shows our age. You know what I'm saying? We were dealing with those VHS tapes.
You can charge extra if you rewind it.
Yeah, exactly.
Rewind fee.
We got the little rewind feature here. Fucking, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I thought that was just interesting, just to see that. Like that's, I don't know, like online, there's clearly a lot of people going back and forth with the whole, I guess, Superman box office numbers and things of that nature. And then overall, though, I see that's just. When you're done looking at like what the box office really looks like, there's a lot to unpack. There's, I guess, what I wanted to, specify. There's clearly not one single answer or like one thing to point to say, this is the answer to everything.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like, you'd have, that means you're turning a blind eye to the other thing or to like another factor, where for sure, again, looking at just what the numbers are looking like just for this year, this is just this year. But again, when you're looking at numbers like even just post-COVID, that's where I'm like, well, I'm not so sure COVID is the dictator of all that, because there are still, again, movies that are relatively new that are still, crossing the threshold, right? Like, so like right here, this is movies of all time, lifetime gross, whatever. Post-COVID, Avatar: The Way of the Water. That's post-COVID. That's ranked third of movies of all time. That came out in 2022. That's post-COVID. There's Ninja Part 2. Again, this is 2025, and it's now in the top 5 films of all time. You know, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and that's in rank 8. 2021, Inside Out 2, 2024, ranked 9. Top Gun Maverick in 14th, rank 14. 2022, Barbie movie, 2023, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, 2023. There's a lot of movies that came out post-COVID that are crossing the threshold. So, like, I'm not even sure that's again. So, like,
factor.
is the post-COVID thing a factor? Like, I don't think that's the factor.
I think
here.
it went down, but
Yeah.
as soon as that shit was over,
It's like everybody's back in the theater. Clearly, you know, Deadpool and Wolverine, ranked 21, 2024. Yeah, the list just goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so yeah. I'm not so sure that's the. Again, if that's like a solidified answer to say, like, oh well, but you know, again, it's not to say and undermine that. Clearly, yeah, the amount of movies that are crossing that threshold. Now, actually, when you go back and look at these, you can see the correlation of all the films that were in those brackets, and there was a time period clearly that movies were just thriving. You know what I'm saying? So like late 2000s to like pre-COVID, you know, yeah, that's clearly for sure. That's the correlation here of movies just hitting all-time highs when you're looking at that, right?
Is there a movie that's
like
number one, like that beat everything and still beating everything?
Oh, I mean, well, yeah, number one is Avatar. That's the
Okay.
Avatar, the first one. That's the number one movie of all time.
How long
Almost 3 million, and that came out in 2009.
3 million or 3 billion?
3 billion. I'm sorry, 3 billion.
Damn.
Came out in 2009.
And that's like, and that movie took years for it to part 2
But
to come.
I'm gonna tell you the one that's most impressive here, dude. Look, Titanic in 4th place.
Yeah.
2,264,000. 1997, bro.
Damn.
That's crazy. But like, you know, that's just the telltale sign, I guess, of a good movie. But
yeah, Star Wars.
You know, yeah, Star Wars and
Avengers. 7. Damn.
Yeah. The other thing here, I guess, when you're looking at this, shows you that a lot of them are Disney movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just also the unfortunate truth. A lot of them are Disney movies. That's that Disney bag you just can't beat, I guess. Because I think Titanic, I think that was that.
That was like a 4-hour movie, right?
Yeah, and I think that was Paramount. I forgot who Titanic. Like, I forgot what they're definitely not Disney, that's for sure. But they're like, if they're not Paramount, they're man, I forgot what the studio, what their I'm an idiot. I'm thinking I'm online. I'm trying to click the
note.
Yeah,
screenshot.
But anyways, all that to say that there is a clear, like, you could see clearly when movies were at its peak, I guess you could say, because again, when you're looking at the top rankings, all of them are within the late 2000s, you know, to, you know, pre-COVID, like, you know, 2018, 2019, whatever, you know. But
Paramount,
now
you're right, Paramount.
It was Paramount, right?
20th Century Fox.
And 20th Century Fox, yep. Okay. Let's see. We got great creators said something else. Influx of theater prices to keep into account. Yeah,
this came out in Tokyo first.
100%.
November 1st, 97, Tokyo.
Titanic?
And then in November 1st, 97, Tokyo.
Wow.
And then December 1997, United States. So it was out, what? 2 weeks.
Ooh, we got words in the building. He says, watching on YouTube, the camera and mics are clean. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Hell yeah. You know, we you know, we trying to do some things here, man.
You know,
we're trying to move things on up. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. Yeah, but the influx of theater prices. I mean, that's what I said earlier too. Like, you're paying way more for theater tickets now, and then to get less quality, almost. You know, like in the sense of like just stories, or like you said earlier, like you're kind of getting recycled stories over and over again. Now, granted, it's not to say that. I mean, look, that's always going to happen. Whether that's movies, whether that's music, there's some form of recycling, right? Like, we're essentially all living the same lives. So, like, how much more different can a story be told? But when you can crack that, though, that's like the telltale sign of like how good you are at storytelling.
Yeah.
When you can actually offer something different or surprising, like, oh, I didn't see that going that way, that to me is the telltale sign of a good, and if it makes sense too, like if it, you can't just be like, oh, shocker, plot twist, but then there's no like how, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Type like, but if you could do that, making it make sense, like that's the telltale sign of like, oh no, you're a genius, you're a creator. You know what I'm saying? You're among the greats.
Yeah,
I would say.
I feel like it would be dope, like to create a movie where it's like a show, like a what do you call those?
Miniseries.
Like a mini series
Yeah.
where you like a show you watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
You watch an hour and a half of 2 hours of and then part 2 coming out next month, or like I feel like they should do it that way. I feel like
that's interesting.
I feel like
that could do something because it seems like the lifespan of a movie is about a month in the theater.
You get a
so if you do it in series format, each month dedicated to that, let's just say, I don't know, first chapter, something like that. I think the movie that's done anything close to that is probably Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Because there's no like when you make a part 2 or something, it's never really that good. But if you have a movie that you watch and you're left with a cliffhanger, you want to know what happens next. The only way to go see it is at the theater next month. Like
you might be onto something.
I don't know. I think that'll be dope to do if that's even the thing that can be possibly done.
He said, "Oh my bad, I hit the wrong one. My bad. We'll get to that." He said, "What they kind of did that with Rebel Moon." Yeah, that's true. That is technically what Rebel Moon is. But
it's not like in theaters.
But it's not in theaters. That's what we're trying to argue here. It's like these are, and again, I said the same thing with Zack Snyder's Justice League. Again, does that same thing, but unfortunately, these are not movies that they release in theaters.
Maybe it's too expensive to do that.
I don't know. Like I don't know what the hell, what the smell, man. But yeah, they definitely on Netflix. They did it on Netflix, where it says, "I think building characters has fallen to the wayside when it comes to scripts and movies. Joker was memorable because it gave you insight to his mental struggles and illness." 100. No, yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah, like
that was another movie that a lot of people, when I left the theater, were like, "This is garbage." That's how I feel like when I had that moment at the theater, when I heard somebody say that, I was like, "This is how dumb and so out of like quick flip movies. People just want action and shooting and like, no, man, like when I watched the Joker, I left out the theater like, damn, this is amazing, like this was dope." And to hear somebody say that shit was trash, I'm like, bro,
that's crazy.
What do you watch?
What did you just watch?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel about people that are praising movies like these days. They are trash. Again, people coming out of that Superman movie like praising. I'm like,
it's like I don't believe it. I don't believe when someone tells me a movie's trash, and I don't believe when somebody tells me a movie's good.
It's hard to
like, okay, what type of movies do you watch? Like because I've seen like ratings on movies is like bad, and I go watch it. I'm like, how? This is crazy. No,
same, dude. That's why I tell people all the time, like, man, I don't bother listening to Rotten Tomatoes. I don't bother listening to cinema scores. None of that. Like, or even what anybody else has to say. I, for the most part, just formulate my own opinions on things because, you can go and watch a movie that got the worst rating on Rotten Tomatoes or something, and it's like, yo, this is actually really good. Like, what is going on here? Like, what am I like? I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not. Like, there's no way. That's why I say you can't really go off of that. You just have to just go watch things for yourselves for the most part, or just trust your own instincts when it comes to what you see in the trailer. If the trailer you feel like it's not something you're rocking with, well, hey, just then I guess then it is what it is. But I will say sometimes even that could be misleading. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of it too comes down to like you have you have people that have a lot of money and they got all the right gear, they got all the right people, you know, to film this like high budget movie. Looks great, but you don't have a producer that can tell a story.
Right.
You know,
right. Yeah, he said they need to sell. So I'm assuming you mean sell the licensing to the theaters, or I'm not sure. With you, yeah, with you on that, they need to sole license with theaters. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say. Let's see. He says it's production companies looking for an immediate capital return is the problem. LOL. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's the the unfortunate truth here. It's no longer just about the art anymore. Because again, when you're looking at a movie like Joker, that was art.
Yeah.
Like that is art.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's and I even the second one I thought was really well. Like again, for the art. Mm-hmm. It was something special for the art form. That I felt was just so underappreciated.
Yeah.
For what it was.
So that was back to the question you asked me in the beginning.
Yeah.
What was the last movie that you saw that was good? And it was the Joker.
Yeah,
the first one.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, no, yeah, dude. I saw that one in like I think 4 times in the theater, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's how good it was. I was questioning like, oh, wait, what? Is this real? Is it not? Wait on. I'm seeing the Easter eggs, which I missed that feeling that when you would go watch movies that did have Easter eggs. Because I remember having that feeling even when it was like when I went to go watch Man of Steel, and then I come on and then they're talking about it on YouTube, and then it's like, oh, but did you catch this Easter egg? If you look in the background when Clark Kent is visiting his mom, there's a LexCorp truck behind. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're like, oh, did you notice when he was in outer space fighting Zod, that they bump into a Wayne Enterprise satellite? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I missed those things like Easter eggs, I
just caught some on the Sinners, like that show. Like, there was this scene where there was a painting, there were the dialogue scene where like this lady's talking to a guy and there was paintings. That she's a painter, but there was this painting of a person facing like this with his elbow out, and then she gets up and she puts down whatever she had in her hand, in the same position as the painting.
Oh,
as the painting, and then
nice.
She gets back, and then it switches over to him, and now there's a painting on the wall, and the painting is facing her, and then he's facing the same way as the painting. So it's like stuff like that.
Yes.
It's like, damn, that's
100%.
Like it's just
100%.
It's like they're painting, like it's art. Like
that's what I mean. It's the
to
art
get that shot perfectly timed, and the movement that she did to
have
her body turn the same exact way as the painting. I was like, damn, that's sick.
Yeah. Oh no, hell yeah, dude.
Anybody else would have missed that shit.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But if you're like a real movie watcher and you're looking for those things.
You're not necessarily that you're looking for it, but you'll catch it.
Yeah,
you'll notice these things.
It was something that they didn't have to do, but they did it, and it's like, damn, that was cold. You know, like, so
no, 100%. Even when you're talking about like scores to movies, only certain movies. There's like a certain amount of movies that are just so well put together that even the score itself either complements the scene or says something about the character in said scene that actually feeds off of whatever the character or whatever the scene is supposed to portray. Again, Joker does that flawlessly. The score has you like feeling the emotion. You almost feel like you're there with the character.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how good the score is. That's how hard that's how much it entices you. And
if mental health is something big.
Great Creators says, I'm with words. We're in a microwave generation that wants immediate satisfaction. Look at the trend of social media. The attention has to be grabbed within seconds to watch and can't be too long. I mean, yeah, essentially that's, I guess, what we are getting, or I guess what is happening. And again, this probably goes back to my point that I pointed out earlier, where I was like, is it that it's not necessarily COVID, post-COVID, in the sense of like people are afraid, or people just, I don't know, just thought, oh, we're not gonna go to theaters just for the hell. No, like, could it be that there's like a mental training thing that happened via that time period, where the lack of being able to go to the theaters, being forced to watch shorter segment videos and things of that nature, maybe even movies or not movies, but like series or TV shows or things of that nature, or maybe even watching movies and getting the luxury of like, okay, I'm gonna pause, walk away right quick, whatever. Did that also, and on top of the, like what you're mentioning, the social media aspect, add all that formula together, did it train the mind, or in the words of Andrew Tate, was it a psyop? Did they psyop? Was it a psyop that we all our like, not all our brains, because like I definitely refuse to subscribe to just short-term things, but I mean, I'll watch it. I'm not saying that I don't, but I don't mind sitting down and watching something long format, whether that's a podcast, whether that's a movie. Hell, the best music albums to me are the ones that are like 20 tracks. You know what I'm saying? That's that old school, you know what I'm saying? Where, you get to dive in. You get to dive into it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You know what I mean? There's something about that to me that I will always appreciate, no matter what.
Have you seen 28 Years Later?
No, but I want to, dude. Was it good?
It was dope. I like the beginning and then the end, how they tie it. The whole movie, I was thinking something and it wasn't what I was thinking.
For real?
Yeah, I was like, oh, damn. You need to watch it. It's good.
I gotta watch it, dude.
I liked it.
That's another movie that I feel like I was, because I did see it was here, and it's like, man, how is it, like, you know what I'm saying, like only 150 million. So it's like, what? Like, I thought that would have done better, because I'm like, it looked good from the trailer. The actors that they chose, I thought was like, oh, good cast, you know.
Just some movies take too long to come out.
That's true. Like, that's also right, because considering the last film that it came out for it, you're right. There was too much of a long wait that now you're trying to reintroduce it,
and then you go watch the old films and they don't look as great.
Right,
because I remember watching those films and I'm like, man, this is dope. And I go back to watch them now. I'm like, damn. What the fuck?
That's rough.
What they shoot this with?
Oh man.
I mean, I still like the way it was filmed, but compared to the shit you see
what you see now,
it's like, damn,
there's a stark difference. They want entertainment to go straight to the bedroom. Yeah, pretty much. 100. I'm assuming you're agreeing with us. Word said the scene when Joaquin Phoenix is on the bus and he's laughing while crying at the same time. Crazy scene. 100%. I feel movies have lost those artistic cinematic scenes.
Or even the dance in the bathroom. Oh, that was, for me, I was like, damn.
Yeah. 100%. The pandemic pushed that narrative of straight to streaming services as well. People also became scared of germs and other humans, so they abandoned the going to the movies experience. You know, there are still people that awkwardly still walk around with masks on. So it is what it is. Great Creator says, scenes like that are so complex for the simpletons, casual viewers, if you will, watching the studio teases touching these very the studio, that was a good show, and it did touch on a lot of those things, or it kind of had some insight into that as well. And that was actually a really good show. Have you seen that one yet? The Studio on Apple TV?
No.
Really good show. It's funny as hell, but it offers some kind of insight for sure. But yeah, man, I mean, that's essentially what we're saying. A lot of these movies lost that artistic grasp that it had, but not that they just lost it. I think this is the other part we're failing to see here.
Everything got dumbed down.
What happened?
Everything felt like dumbed down.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's not just that. Things got dumbed down, but then why did it get dumbed down? And keep in mind, in the in the midst of the, I guess you could say, the movie wars, right? Because like, and it seems to still be that, but there was a moment in time where, and again, when you're looking at these numbers here, the lifetime grosses, like I said, there's a clearly a peak in film and cinematography within a certain year, like certain year to year, whatever. Da, da, da. But whole point is keep in mind some of your most artistic movies that came out during the midst, and somehow even still to this day, actually, is that a lot of them were ridiculed, and antagonized, either in the, how do you say, in the articles, like in the tabloids, by your movie critics, what's the other word I'm looking for? Legacy media, like, where I always believed for the longest time, and I still believe this to be true. I do wonder what's going on now to a certain degree, but the reality is certain studios, I think for sure, had a big enough bag to pay off critics to downplay other films that were doing well, in the theater, and I think that also plays a part into this. That we'll never get that. They won't admit that happened, but that happened. Where like movies that were really good, were getting bashed. I mean, think about it. Even Joker itself, a really good movie, super artistic. A lot of like artistic innuendos throughout, complex, not even complexities, but just nuance to it, from story to visuals to sound, all that. And instead of it being praised for how good of a movie it was being bashed by the critics, by, oh, it's too violent, or this and there's that, or this is really a Joker movie, whatever the case may be.
I feel like everything's become so sensitive.
Yeah, that too.
And that's the problem too. Like,
yeah,
I mean, now these people, they're kind of like being careful on, sensitivity.
That's what I mean.
Like,
they I think they feel like they have to walk on eggshells now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got to be careful what we're putting out there. We have to, oh no, the movies can't be too long, so let's like dumb it down to 2 hours. And now we got a movie out there that doesn't even make any sense because we tried to tell a story that probably should be 3 hours in two. You know what I'm saying? And it probably actually more longer. But because this is a movie, we can never, like it probably should be a series, but they won't give us this kind of money for a series, so we have to make it a movie. And then because popular demand says we needed to make it in 2 hours, like whatever, what I'm saying? There's all these things that they have to go against, that they're climbing against, that's, I think, also suppresses what the artist, via whether director or whatever, things of that nature, what they feel they can do or have to do, to either appease the studio that they work for, that they were hired by, which I'm going to assume the studio itself, and which holds themselves accountable more so to the shareholders, which feel that their answers come through data, which, I mean, again, when it comes to art, you should never be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's the beast of this business, unfortunately. And that's unfortunately what's how the movie industry has been plagued, as well as the music industry. It's more about pumping out product and content for the sake of dollar signs, which again, it's like, I'm not trying to undermine anyone making money, but where I do mind is that when it comes at the cost of the art, of the integrity that comes with the art, the impact that comes with the art, when that's now taking a hit because of your greed, or maybe not to be too harsh, because of your ambition, that's when I have a problem. Because now the art forms that I like, that I appreciate, that I subscribe to, that I, even participate in to a certain degree, right? it's being
And it's obvious that
Yeah.
movies and producers like they cater to whatever's happening in the world, and they try to use it for their advantage. You know, like you can't go through a film without having, you know,
oh yeah
homosexuality in it. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I get it, but it's like you barely see a male and female. Like,
yeah.
know, like,
There's
it's
like there's been a switch there.
yeah,
I know what
it's
you
kind
mean.
of like, you know,
Yeah. No, I get you on that. And I mean, and that's anything and everything. Like, it's not even just that. Like, that's
Mhm.
just an example. But I know what you mean. It seems like wherever they,
where
I
they
think,
take the
well,
money.
this is what it is. It's not necessarily that. This is what I realize what it is. It's not just that
They're just trying to capitalize.
they're
off,
capitalizing on. That's what I was trying to
Yeah,
get at. They're
mhm.
capitalizing on what are the talking points of the
world,
time.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, of the world. You know, so like they'll capitalize on hot topics. You know, because they know it brings in any kind of publicity, whether it's good or bad.
Mhm.
I would say.
I just watched the whole show. it's a butch cop.
Wait, which was this?
I forgot what it's called, but it was a good show though. You know, but like the whole show, she was like
Right.
like just randomly sleeping with women. You know, like it's just
Oh wait, is this the one with old girl from
man. Let me see.
Orange is the New Black?
I think so. Let me see. Hold on.
That's funny as hell. But yeah, no, it's what you're saying. It's one thing to be relevant to the times, 100%, and then there's another thing to try hard and force relevance. Yes, that's right. Like,
Hightown.
I have Hightown. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I know what you're talking about. I haven't watched it, but I know what you're talking about. But no, that's right. That's the whole point. It's again, I don't mind there being things that obviously are how do you say relevant to, not even just relevant to the times, just relevant to real life, right? I don't mind that, right? Because
Right.
you know, yeah, there's a lot going on in the real world, and and as long as it's if there is a meaningful way, and or how do I say an honest way, there you go, in an honest and authentic way, that it's integrated, that it like whatever's of the real world is what's just being emulated, and it's just authentic, I can appreciate that. I guess for me, it's again, like you said, when it feels forced, when it's unauthentic, where it's like, okay, you tried so hard that now that whole scenario isn't even realistic. Like, that's not even true. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you're just pushing a fake narrative through through the guise of what you are trying to say is real life, but it's like, well, no, because real life isn't even that anymore. You know,
I feel like they'll overkill it with it.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Like, all right, here, sprinkle it here and there, but like when you like overkill, like with that same, I'm like,
now,
bro.
granted, look, something like that show, what you're saying, hey, if that's what the character is,
yeah,
it is what it is. I don't care.
Yeah,
but don't be mad if someone like me or people just, that's not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't, I don't have an interest in seeing a story like that. Not that I have anything against it. That's just not my story. But don't then try and guilt trip the fact that people aren't watching it, or why it didn't make money, because and make it seem like, people are homophobic or people are this and that. And it's like, no, bro, it's just like, what does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my story, bro. You know, I'm sorry. Like, I you know, I'm a straight man. I'm, you know, I just, you know, I'd rather see straight man shit, I guess. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather see that before I watch it. And I might watch that at one point.
You have the right to do
it. And you know what? There's just so much content too that I might not even ever get to it. You know what I mean? Because like, well, there's so much more other things that I'm interested in that I just might not get to that. Now, if there wasn't as much stuff, maybe there would have been a point in time where like, well, you know what? I haven't watched this Hightown shit. Let me go check it out. And if it's funny and if it offers something, I'll mention it, and I'll probably be like, hey, not my cup of tea, but it did offer this. I thought it was good on it, whatever, you know. But like at this point in time, I have no interest. At this point in time.
It's pretty good. What caught me was one of the actors from Prison Break. What's his name? The Puerto Rican dude. What was his name?
Man, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What's his name?
I forget his name, dude.
Uh,
I know exactly what you're talking about too, though. Where it said, "I feel Breaking Bad was a great series that blended great story with over-the-top scenarios
this guy.
that Walter White overcame." Yeah, yeah, him.
What was his
He's
name?
in Fast and Furious too, right? They're too Fast and
I
Furious.
forgot his name in the show. It was
A
funny.
chemist turned drug dealer who was diagnosed with cancer. I'm in. LOL. Yeah, no, for sure. That Breaking Bad is definitely for me personally, one of the top shows. Now, granted, I've heard
Sucre.
Sucre, yeah, Sucre.
Yeah, in this show he gets out of jail like
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dad, how you get out of jail? He's an expert by now. Learn from the best."
Right. Sucre. That's hilarious. Yeah, Breaking Bad, I think is definitely one of those top. Like when you're mentioning top shows of all time, you have to mention Breaking Bad. I know there's people that have an opposite take on that. I've come across people that have their dislikes with it, but again, it's one of those things where it's like you kind of have to appreciate sometimes the road of like maybe this isn't as realistic, but it's the sprinkle of, like you said, the scenarios that are realistic, that even in the fictional aspect of what the character has to offer, as far as, like you said, a chemist teacher turned drug dealer due to cancer, there's something about that story that seemed still like interesting enough. You know what I'm saying? Because and probably more so, it had nothing to do with, whether that's right or wrong. More so the fact that it's just new. It's just it was a new take. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's like a teacher again. I think he was a high school teacher or college university teacher. I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I think it was
Or community
university.
college, maybe, right? University, one of the two.
But some stories, like I watched movies where the acting is horrible, but the storyline is fire.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, damn.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, 100%.
But
yeah, dude. I would say, I mean, to me, that was what Star Wars was, low key, the original Star Wars. Like while rewatching those, I was like, man, Mark Hamill really sucked at acting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the storyline
but
was.
the storyline was good. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, but it was always like I realized that I'm like, oh, okay, it was always the storyline. I just like the storyline. I like the premise of the story. It's a compelling story, but the acting, Jesus, the only there's like 2 actors that I feel like, or 3 maybe, that save that with their acting, and then it's Harrison Ford, who plays Han Solo, the dude who plays Obi-Wan, and then
I've never watched that movie.
Never.
No.
Oh man. And then who's the guy that just passed away? Marlon Brando? Is that his name? Marlon Brando? No.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, man. Dang. I might be messing up names. Anyways, who cares? But yeah, that's going back to that. There are some movies that acting sucks, but the story is just you just know a good story when you see it. Let's see, great creators. It's the leading you to love a character, then hate him, and then love him again. And Breaking Bad did that. Another one, Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. No, yeah.
It's like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead was a long show, but the way they make you like really like tap into your feelings on a character, you hate them so much, and then they just switch it on you where you're like, man, I don't think I want this guy to go.
Right.
You start,
you kind of start empathizing or
feeling
feeling some type of way in your investment with the said character. Yeah. I mean, that honestly, my favorite show of all time, probably Sopranos. To be honest. I love Sopranos. It's but I feel like Sopranos is that's the blueprint to shows like Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy and things of that nature. He said,
He said,
great creators, damn you, Negan.
"Damn you,
Punishing
Negan!
the
I
guy.
wanted you to die." And then turns and please give him some grace. He turned into a good guy.
Oh man,
People could change.
People could change.
Mhm.
Oh man, I would have loved to seen him as the how do you say the Breaking Point Batman, because that was in talks. I don't know if you knew that.
No,
So
I like his swag
dude, so he
and his voice.
if you obviously you watch Batman versus Superman, right?
Yeah.
So he's Thomas Wayne in that movie. I don't know if you remember that in the beginning, right? So in the Flashpoint, I said Breaking Point, Flashpoint. In the Flashpoint storyline, it's so if you saw the Flash movie, they kind of do it a little bit where it's like Flash goes back in time to try and save his mom from dying, whatever, blah blah, and then it creates an alternate timeline. In this alternate timeline, Joe Chill doesn't kill the parents; he kills Bruce. So Bruce Wayne dies as a kid, leaving the parents to live because I think immediately Thomas Wayne attacks Joe Chill once he kills Bruce, and beats the living shit out of him. I think kills him, maybe I can't remember correctly. And then when he's done like beating this guy to death, he looks back at Martha, who's holding Bruce Wayne. Like,
oh yeah, he was. That was Negan.
Yeah, Negan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Negan was Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
In Batman vs Superman, right?
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
There was talks.
I did that. I put that scene in the.
Yeah, you
video.
did exactly.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. It's in that video. And so in that, so there's they questioned him on whether or not he would have ever been interested, and I think he said that they were in talks prior to Warner Brothers fucking everything up, where they were talking about doing that movie, where he would have been Batman.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because in that timeline, Thomas Wayne is Batman, but like a brutal Batman. Like he uses guns, he kills criminals, he has no compassion.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But then his wife Martha in that timeline turns into the Joker.
Oh
yeah.
Man.
So like Bruce's parents are Batman and Joker.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
They need to do that.
Because also, if you notice, old girl also who plays Martha is also from Walking Dead. She's
bring Lucille out.
I forget her name I forget her name in The Walking Dead, but she's also in The Walking Dead. Where it says Carl's was a nuisance on that show. He said, I would agree, but if it wasn't for Carl, we wouldn't have seen that side of Negan that followed up with his sister. All right.
Don't try to change what?
He said, don't try to change my mind, Great criticism, but don't say I almost had you.
But the main character was Lucille, though.
Yeah. I mean,
the back.
Yeah, hey,
that was
hey,
cold ass weapon. He had barbed wire around the back.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Anyways, where were we going with this? Kind of. Oh, right. The death, either the death or just the understanding of what's happened with the entertainment industry, I guess is what we're saying here. I think on the bright side, I think what this does do, because I feel the pendulum swings, right? And I think I feel like it's on its swing back. I think it's on a swing. It's on the swing back stronger than ever before. I feel like because the market is oversaturated with such crap, and this is both movies and music
and video games.
Yeah. All aspects of like art / entertainment.
Like a pause.
We've been like in a drought of sorts. You could say. That I feel like with the pendulum swinging back, creators that seize the moment to like say, okay, I'll fill the void of this lack of great art. I think it can make a comeback. I think it can make a comeback. I think it's gonna just take a people, few of us that say like, hey, we'll take the charge. You know what I'm saying? Like whether that's working on better music, whether that's working on better movies, whether that's working on better content in general, video games, like you said, But yeah, I think that's where this is heading. I think What? No, my watch is saying, but my watch is saying, hey, you're talking too much. You're talking so much, you're working out. Apparently, apparently, I was working out this whole time.
Burn some calories.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Keep it up, bud.
You're on the right track.
Right? This conversation. You know what I'm saying? Let's see words. What he's saying. He said everything is in cycles, just like in music and fashion. When anything leans to one side, someone always ends up going the opposite way. I mean, and that's that rightfully so. And I think it's if those who have the passion and the talent and the drive to do so fill in those gaps, I think we'll be for the better for it. It'll be for the better of the art. It'll be better for the consumer, for those that appreciate art. And again, it doesn't mean that nothing. The best art is still entertaining. You know what I'm saying? So like this idea that you go too much into the gravitas of art, you can lose entertainment in that. Like, no, that's not true. I don't think that's true either. I think if you know a good artist knows how to entertain as well as engage and
have a message,
educate and inform and lift up and break down, and you know what I'm saying, the greatest artists just have that much gift, and I guess, lack of a better word, I would say power to move such mountains, you know.
They just gotta not give a fuck, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. You just gotta be bold. He said, yeah, I was going to say, if it continues its course, it'll trend back to this direction of entertainment of movies. TV shows have become so in depth that people have categorized movies of that format. Should
That's what I just mentioned too.
Yeah, that's what you just mentioned. Yep. He said TV shows instead of the big screen, but who makes that rule? Yeah, no, true. I mean, well, that's a good. Who does make that rule? You know, we do, I guess. You said, I guess we determined that.
How many shows will do a lot of money if it was like
if it was released
season 1?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you would think, right? So like, that's interesting, actually, what you're saying, because technically that's what pay-per-view was for a moment. That's what cable technically offered, right? Like it was this, you want to watch whatever HBO offers, you know, before Max, whatever, and all that stuff. You had to subscribe. You had to pay for cable. You had like, well, damn, if I want to watch Spartacus, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember that. I love that show. You know,
was a show Oz too. Remember Oz?
Oz.
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, for sure.
Show,
yeah, Oz. What
before
else?
Prison Break.
Sopranos. If you want to watch Sopranos again, yeah, you had to have HBO Max, or I think that was Stars. I don't know. I can't remember. But or Boardwalk Empire. All the greatest TV shows you could think of back in the day were kind of doing what you're saying. But interestingly enough, I wonder why they never thought, like, hey, what if we release this theatrically? I don't know. You know, so that's interesting. Yeah. That's an interesting thing to consider. Yeah. And if Netflix has some skin in the game, you know, they might think about it.
They heard it here first.
Yeah. I'm gonna assume you meant Cinemax because he put Skinemax. I'm gonna assume you mean Cinemax. HBO at night, premium channel. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, that was technically what he's suggesting with the theaters, but just it was still on the TV screen. But imagine that with the theater aspect. That would be an interesting concept, I think. One that, but it would be a bold move. You'd have to, you know, kind of say like, hey, we're willing to take that shot, you know. Anyways, we been going on almost. Actually, not as long as I thought we were. But I know we got to wrap it up, right? Because I know you said you got to like.
Yeah, we could do another 30 minutes,
right?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, anyways, that being said, I think it's really worth considering what it is. I think what we want out of these things. And I would say also just make your own mind on these things. Like don't just follow the narratives out there, the trends, you know what I'm saying? Like just build your own, you know what I'm saying? Like
make your own, choose, stop, like, you know, like make your own, like, you know, like go watch it and see it, and, you know, make your own choice on what you think is good.
Right. No,
You know,
exactly.
because you know what you may think is bad to you, I might think is great.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
No, exactly. And I will say that too, right? Like
like I know, like when I watch something, I know it's good. I know, okay, I know Nino's gonna like this. I know Mikey's gonna like this. You know, like because I know
you kind of
like,
already have insight
yeah,
on
you
what
know,
like how you know the people that you know how they receive.
yeah,
Because 9 times out of 10 we for the most part all watch the same things, we like the same things, so it's easy to know that. But then you're right, there is still those that won't, you know, that just don't have the same taste.
No,
I will say,
or just take somebody's opinion and don't even go watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But that being said, just you know, again, like you said, formulate your own opinions, watch what you want to watch, hear what you want to hear, but like do it on your own terms. You know, even what we're discussing here, like this is just conversation. If you feel like, I don't know, you have something else to add to this conversation different from what we said, let us know in the comment section. As always, you know, we're always open for the discussion. And oh, what happened here? Oh, okay. What happened here? How did I do this?
what you trying to do? You lost.
Oh, there we go. That was weird. That was so weird. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap it up here. Is there any projects you got coming up? Maybe that we will you want to like.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm working on some with SMG Jimmy. We are in talks of working on an album. I'm currently working with Shy Tone on the album, and then with Clue and Words, we're piling up some tracks. So we definitely gonna follow up.
Nice.
For the next project.
And I'm gonna say I've heard some of it. So so no, I'm excited for that for sure. Any video productions you got coming out?
Right now we're still working on the Gone one.
Okay.
I'm planning on shooting maybe a couple more from that project.
Okay.
But I got other videos that I'm shooting for other artists as well. I got one this week with an artist, and I got another one in September that I'm shooting for another artist I work with, but nothing solid yet. It's just all the stuff is so time consuming. It's hard to find time to, you know,
yeah, these guys are fun
to shoot.
You said your upcoming sponsorship on the 31st.
Oh yeah. Oh, so yeah. So I got a sponsorship from High Vibe Chicago. They have a show that they lined up. I'm one of the sponsors for that show. And Jimmy is gonna be like the headliner. SMG Jimmy's gonna be the headliner for that show. Yeah. So it's like a dispensary. They're gonna have like pop-up shops and all types of stuff that are going on.
Yeah.
For the 31st. Nice. So it's gonna be cool.
Nice. And if they want to follow you, they can follow you on IG, right? Because I feel like that's where you're probably most.
IG, AQ on the back, YouTube, same thing. Yeah, IG is my main place where I'm.
And that's where you'll catch most of his behind the mix. Yeah. Again, cool. Just like a cool way to like see what he's working on with other artists. And then at the same time, still get like snippets of like whatever the track is that they are working on. So yeah, I think it's cool. That's a cool way to just keep in tune with whatever he's got coming down the pipeline, as well as other artists and stuff of that nature. So check that out. Other than that, Full Eclipse is out. Make sure you go listen to that. That's the latest project he dropped with Clue and Words. So go check that out. It's all on all music streaming platforms. And yeah, other than that, check out my music. You already know it's on all streaming platforms. Il Divino Vega. Barzellini just came out. It's out for 3 weeks now, so give that a listen. And I do got like a couple more tracks coming down the pipeline, so stay posted with that. Yes. Words, hey, appreciate you hopping on. Those, you guys that were on the comment section, salute to you guys. You guys are appreciated. Those who tuned in, also, we appreciate you. Again, tune in next time. You already know what it is. It's the Chop Shop. We're out of here. Stay up. Be good. Be blessed. We out of here, bro.
I want you to stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. Brown baby.
Pensando cómo lo puedo lograr, en cómo lo puedo hacer, cómo cuido a mi mamá y también a mi bebé. Solo tengo que josear y eso ya me lo sé. Hay días que despierto sin ánimo, pero me tengo que motivar, que nadie te va a ayudar, que no lo vaya a lograr. Eso dicen los demás, para el carajo los demás, que aquí pues se les va a enseñar. Aquí les caigo y les traigo un talento que lo dejan bien pálido. Si se prendieron, algunos dijeron que estos son pa' los que sí tienen talento. De verdad, se jodió todo porque yo nunca voy a parar de josear. Pero un día, ojalá yo con ganar doble A. Dile a Mike Tower que me tire para hacer un collab. Sin pijama, Nati, que me invite a la casa. Ojalá, ojalá. Ja, ja. Te era algo para sentirme fiebre. El meme. Ahora dejo que el Divino Vega que lo parta. Vega.
From the past to the present to the future, been fucking the game up, different angles, Kama Sutra. From handguns to machine guns, flamethrowers to bazookas, goes down in these streets to inside your computer. Your streets made of tears, Reese's fans like Medusa. Y'all crying in the comment section, shout out Brett Cooper. We're champions, you're cheaters, we're winners, you're losers. When I take off, I'm gone. If you don't keep up, I'll lose ya. I've been contemplating and changing my name to Il Divino. What is that? Italiano, Latino, Boston born, Chicago raised. My roots are in Puerto Rico. Y la Boricua, I'm the last cacique de lo taíno. I've transcended from Rex to Regal. Say it's my ego, see how fast you get introduced to my desert eagle. See, nice as Galito, but I know my rights, I'm keeping it legal. Once you level up, gotta watch how they treat you. Fauci, ouchie, I'm afraid of no needle, but don't lie if you a man of the people. See, I can allow you to see me, but I am not see-through, transparent and honest for you to know that I speak truth, while others be deceitful. A bunch of these clucks now remind me of Smeagol. Whenever your vice can lead you to evil, no cap, I am no saint, but I will not deceive you, never mislead you. Don't ever get it twisted though, I do not need you. See, like Batman, I work best alone. I stayed loaded like Rambo, Sylvester Stallone. It's nothing when I'm gone, man, easy phone home. It's just like Jay-Z and Kanye, return to the throne. It's the rise of the empire, attacking the clones. While everyone's sheep now, I am the goat. I believe in myself now, if nobody won't. There's no need to lie, cause I know that you don't. I just hope you got my rise of the empire, attacking the clones line. You know, as the empire rises, we're witnessing the fall of the republic. Everybody that just follows suit is a bunch of sheep, just like the clones doing what they told. Just know who Palpatine is though, you know? Shout out Joey B. From Chicago to Boston, Midwest to the East Coast, and this island in the Caribbean known as Puerto Rico is why the bars are lethal. Got me going beast mode in this game called life. You better know some cheat codes. Il Divino's back, someone let the streets know. 6 shots for the folks and 5 shots for my peoples. I think it's high time we all have a sit down. Can we all agree the game is gone to shit now? Like the fall of Rome, the death of Romulus, history repeating itself if you know it's obvious. If you had your head inside of a book instead of binoculars, you'd be able to see without a pair of binoculars. Our tax dollars being spent towards the damn omnibus. Where the rich stay rich, commoners remain commoners. The tentacles and everything like a damn octopus. Mass media, mass hysteria, how they control the populace. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Living in this shy, can't let them catch me snoozing. Dudes be shooting just for the amusement. I refuse to be a victim, never be a loose end. When your city is a war zone, who gives a fuck about Putin? And there ain't nothing safe about the safety act. There's more safety in being strapped. They should choose you, shoot back. Those odds are better than getting caught laying on your back. Don't believe me, check the stats, I'm just bringing you the facts. With my hand on the Bible, I swear to rap the truth. My mighty God, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. My people perish for lack of knowledge. My knowledge I share with you. There's nothing we can't accomplish. One head ain't better than two. That's the purpose of a democratic republic. Discussion on every subject, in truth, logic, and reason, till we reach an agreement. A nation under God is how the states united. Got out of the picture, look how gradually we divided. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk. Cash rules everything around me, and on every dollar bill it's printed in God we trust. Yeah, everyone lives in fear around me. The truth will set you free. Quick shout out to Elon Musk.
Arrogance is the primary ingredient that will make you assume you can take action without God. Arrogance. That's actually what it is. You think you got this, and you